Good afternoon, Knicks Nation. Today is Tuesday, the 25th day of August 2026. I hope you're all safe and healthy today and hope your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the area of health, along with first responders doing all they can to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children, victims of child molestation and pedophilia. Those helping the people that are victims of prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, profiteers, and those perverts that create demands that cause these evil things to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, military veterans, homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. What I want to discuss today, one of the things that I try to do on my channel in every way is educate. And for the Knicks, see, first of all, the New York Knicks just won a championship. We understand that took a lot of moves by Leon Rose, a lot of coaching moves, a lot of personnel moves, a lot of strategy, overcoming a lot. And we know how that happened, starting with Jalen Brunson and going to Karl-Anthony Towns and all the things in between. But what people in New York need to understand, those that are true, and I mean true Knicks fans, not talking about stupid idiots, there's a lot of those. But look, I still feel that New York City, and I mean the 5 boroughs and Long Island, best city in the world. Now, I haven't been to every city in the world. I've been to a lot of cities, though. And New York City, best city in the world. I moved from New York City. I officially moved from New York City about 1988, but I've been back and forth. I've worked still in New York, come back and forth many years. And I've never lost the sense that it's just the best city in the world with all of its quirks and everything. And I know it's because I'm from there, but it's still the best city in the world. So with that, you're going to get all kinds of BS about the Knicks. So this is just, I want to show you an example. So I just pulled up on Google Knicks News. Okay, I put up Knicks News. This is the key thing here. Okay, listen up. The first thing come up is from this heavy.com, which is a BS site from, I don't care who runs it. It is stupid. It comes with bullcrap all the time. Now, one of the ways you can tell it's bullcrap, educational, is how the headline starts. I don't know who decides who gets like these platforms where everybody, it's the first one come up on Google. And it starts like this. Listen to this now. Knicks proposed to trade Josh Hart to Lakers for 22-year-old All-NBA center. Now, the first thing that should give this away, aside from it being heavy.com, which is crap, is the title. Knicks proposed to trade. But you must ask your question. Who is doing the proposing here? Is the proposal trade coming from Shams? No, because Shams don't propose trades. He only reports facts. Is it coming from Ian Begley? No, Ian Begley doesn't propose trades. Even when Wojnarowski was not working for St. Bonaventure and he was just doing NBA, he wouldn't do proposed trades. So when you see the word proposed, what this means is there's some knucklehead that's trying to say what he thinks or she thinks should be a trade, which is usually stupid and ridiculous as this is. So you're saying we should trade Josh Hart for a 22-year-old All-NBA center. As soon as you see that and propose, forget it. And that's why people will come at me with some of this crap. Well, imagine if, and they'll start like, imagine if. That's the problem. Y'all like Walter Mitty. Walter Mitty was the subject in the 1950s or 40s about a guy that daydreamed all the time. He was daydreaming so much he couldn't keep straight on what was going on in his real life because he was daydreaming. And A Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Most of these people are Walter Mitty. So here's another one. Yahoo Sports, which I'm disappointed. I thought a little bit more of them. But why ESPN forecasts the Thunder will win the 2027 NBA Finals, not the Knicks, the Spurs, or the Sixers. So you can discount that right away. That ain't new. First of all, neither of the two things I just said are Knicks news. They're opinions about the Knicks, prognostications, trade opinions that they're trying to act like is legit. That's not. Okay? Then there's Basketball Network. Here's one. It's not about us anymore. Carmelo Anthony addressed how the Knicks title changed New York. That is not news. See, news would be the Knicks are in talks with Charlotte on a proposed Diabate trade. That would be news. Okay? Or teams that reached out to the Knicks about Daddy. That would be news. Because why? Because first of all, we know just from looking at our own team who's the ones that could get traded and who's not. They're not trading Josh Hart. Not right now. Maybe 2 years from now, but not right now. Okay? So when it says a proposed trade, forget it. And then who's saying the Spurs or Thunder, what, they got a crystal ball or something and they telling us what's getting ready to happen? That's not news. Here's another one, yo. Knicks fans turn on Karl Anthony Towns. So the whole fans, I'm a fan. I ain't turning on Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks fans turn on Karl Anthony Towns' max extension as survey who? The 100 largest knuckleheads in New York. Reveals surprising verdict. Verdict sounds like it's a court case. You see how they word this crap? Wait. Then there's the New York Times, which normally is very legit. It's the or used to be. I don't know if it is anymore. But the New York Times used to be like the most legit paper on planet Earth, period. Okay? And so this one says, Knicks fans survey. Again, who cares about a survey? Is going back to back the expectation now in New York? Who cares? Like, why? So, if it is or isn't, what does that mean to Jalen Brunson? And here's another one. Daily Knicks. Leon Rose has a unique Knicks problem to solve post Jalen Brunson. Wait. All right, wait. Leon Rose has a unique Knicks problem to solve post Jalen Brunson. Now wait, as far as I can see, Jalen Brunson's now going to be 30. When you talk about post Jalen Brunson, unless if he doesn't get hurt, that boy gonna play in New York another 3-4 years. What you talking about post? So you talking about a Knicks problem that might happen in 3 years? See, I'm trying to say. And what I'm trying to tell some of y'all is, when you read this crap, please don't come to me and say, are the Knicks really trying to trade with the Lakers? Oh, the Knicks are going to have a problem in 3 or 4 years. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now, there's one. Here's an Inquirer.com. Now, this has nothing to do with the Knicks. This is another non-news story. Okay, I guess I hate to quote the Orange Germ, but fake news is big time, and when it comes to the Knicks. Is Ariel Hukporti ready to become the Sixers' backup center? What does that have to do with the Knicks? He used to play for the Knicks, but he's not playing for us no more. Now, here's a headline that I'm going to click on. I ain't click on none of the rest because I told you it's BS. But here's a basketballnews.com. The New York Knicks could take a low-risk look at one of the more athletic free agents still available as they search for, and that's how it starts. So that would be, I don't even know that's news, but that's really like, we know that's what they're doing. They're looking to see if they can get a backup center. At this point, it looks like, oh shoot, I've been blocked by Basketball News. I must have said something bad about him. Okay, forget it. So wait. So look here. We know the Knicks are looking for a backup center, but at this point, it appears, and the common sense says, if they can't get Musa Cisse or Diabate's probably a long shot, because Diabate, if you want to be realistic, is the best rebounder that Charlotte has. So I doubt they're going to, and then he's on a minimum. So, and he's reliable and he's available. I don't think it's going to take a lot to pry him out of there. He's a good prospect for the price and all that, but Charlotte ain't that stupid. So, as we talked about Charlotte, before, with respect to what they do have an overload, in the backcourt. They do have an overload in the backcourt. So you got to look at what they got, right, and say, okay, were they going to keep 4 or 5 centers? See, I don't think so. I don't think so. But if they don't, then they got room for a trade. And we talked about with them, what would they want, right? What would they require? Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They got 10 shooting guards on the roster. Now, Trey Mann is no longer there because now they sent him off, and now I think he's going to end up in Washington. But they got 9 others. Then a shooting guard, that is point guard, 3-point guard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shooting guards. 6. They got a lot of them. Small forwards, they got listed Miller, McNeely, Knuppel, and Grant Williams, as well as Salawan, who's really a center. But they got him, Drew Pearson. They don't have Miles Bridges no more. So that's that. Then they got centers, Tillman, Plumlee, Kalkbrenner, P.J. Hall, and of course, Diabate. So, look here. I don't think they're going to part with Diabate. That's real talent, real cheap. Talk about value. They have to be real dumb. Now, I'm not saying, I don't think Charlotte's that stupid. So, I don't think they're going to get him. And then the dude that I mentioned, they got him listed as a power forward. Tijane Salawan is another dude that is really a center. And they're listing him as a forward because I guess they would look real bad to list all these centers. But they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes listed as center right now. 5 dudes. Now, Kalkbrenner is a possibility, although I'm looking at the centers. Check this out. Xavier Tillman is 6'8". Now, he's a roughneck dude, but his body is not a true center. And then you got Plumlee. Now, Plumlee, is 7 feet, but still older than dirt. He's been around for like 12 years. No. Then you got Kalkbrenner, who, young boy coming out, just finished his first year out of Creighton. Young boy. He's a little too young, actually. And then you got P.J. Hall, 6'8". And then Musa. Musa's they dude at the 5. Period. End of story. So I don't think we're going to go there. So unless they're going to get Musa or your boy, going to let go of Cisse, they probably going to have a camp where they're going to have 5 centers come in. Somebody's asked me yesterday, do I like the Liam boy? I like whoever survives. I don't have no favorites in this race. I had favorites before they let go of homeboy they let go to Toronto. That was on the 2-way because he was with us last year. But I don't got no horse in this race. If it's not Diabate, if it's not Cisse, if it's not Eve Missy, which we know it ain't gonna be none of them. Whoever survives, I like. Don't go naming all corners of the earth some fool you thought that you don't know what you're about. No, they're gonna come in with at least 5 centers. I'm telling you right now. On Exhibit 9, Exhibit 10, they're gonna put the ball out there and say fight to see who wins. That's gonna be good. Fight to see who wins. Let's get it on. So all these BS headlines, y'all learn to ignore. Proposed trade, that's a big one. No. So, yeah. Dude's blocking me. I block people too, so I get it. Hey, listen, I ain't trying to fight to get on your channel. I am not. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying, this is education. Watch the BS headlines. Don't believe them. You don't even need to give them a click. Especially when they've proved to you they've been BS many times before. And number two, as far as the Knicks third center, it looks to me that Brown and Rose got their heads together and they said, listen, let's get a whole bunch of dudes in here. Let them fight for that third spot. Whoever wins it, gets it. Okay? Period. It's gonna be good though. So we're gonna have somebody. And you know what? It's gonna be good. So yeah. We'll see what works, what goes on, what happens. But yeah, I'm looking at, now I'm really closely looking at Charlotte. I don't think they're going to part, well, they're not going to part with Diabate. They got this TJ dude that they just got from France, another croissant dude. And, you know, and I don't see them letting go of Kalkbrenner because, like, you really, if you want to pick three, right, you're talking about Diabate, you're talking about Kalkbrenner, and you're talking about the Frenchie you just got last year. So that's what you got, okay? And you might want to keep around a Plumlee or a Tillman as veteran guidance if you wanted to. But, and them dudes got a whole one, like I said, the shooting guard spot in Charlotte they got like I said, look, Kobe White, Colin. Wait, Colin Sexton ain't there no more. This must be an old list. He ain't even there no more. What the hell? Hold on a second. Let me get the current roster up in this piece. So, okay, so here's the current roster. Zion James, Christian Anderson, Colin Boswell, Kobe White, Pat Connaughton, Dennis Schroeder, and Grayson Allen. That's their guards. Then you got McNeely, Knuppel, and Brandon Miller, guard forwards. Then you got Williams, this dude Salawoon, Royce O'Neal, Diabate, Dorian Finney-Smith, Naz Reid. Wait, I forgot about Naz Reid. So you're going to start Diabate and Naz Reid. But any team, Minnesota had Naz Reid, they always play him at some five because he's a stretch five. You know, he does a lot. He's very versatile. That's why he gets paid so much money. But then they went and messed around and drafted this Steinbach dude. Steinbach going to be a rookie. So, you know what? Let me revise that. Kalkbrenner might be available. I'm just not sure for what, though. They got 1 million forwards and 1 million guards. I don't know. But I'm looking at their guards, and I'm saying, okay, Schroeder's a point. Kobe could play the point, but he's really a 2. James is a 2. They could use a Kolek. I would hate to give Kolek up. I'm going to tell you real, I don't want to give up Tyler. Tyler done won me over. But the boy deserves to get paid, though, right? He deserves the opportunity to be the top 3 rotation point guard on his team. He's not on up. See, so, I mean, you got, JB, Alvarado. He might be the third dude, but he could start. I mean, if he don't start, he could come off the bench for sure for Charlotte. So that's all I'm saying. So it looks like, you know, with the arrival of Steinbach and Naz Reid, and then you already got Diabate, I think they pretty set because Steinbach balled this summer. He's a young boy, but he's only 20. So you got him, Naz Reid, and Diabate. Those are your centers. Then you got the Frenchie, and then you got Kalkbrenner. I don't know. I think Kalkbrenner might be available. So we hold out that. But I'm saying it looks to me still they're gonna write a whole bunch. If they get Kalkbrenner, it's his job. But it looks to me they're gonna invite a whole bunch of dudes in, throw that ball out there and let them fight it out like dogs. But we'll see. But anyway, that's today's video. I had to say that because I just did Google and I said, let me see what comes up. They call some of this stuff news. Woo! Anyway, yeah, I guess I'm just too old. It insults my intelligence. But anyway, please enjoy your Tuesday. Shalom.